Everyone in the village adored her. Everyone except our own sisters. And what happens when love turns into envy? What happens when jealousy festers in the shadows of your own home? This is the story of three sisters and the darkness that tried to destroy one of them. In a small village lived a family known far and wide for their warmth and generosity. Among them were three sisters, each born to the same parents, yet bound by very different fates. The youngest, Sisi, possessed a light that no one could ignore. Her laughter was like the melody of the river at sunrise. Her kindness touched every villager, and even the birds seemed to pause to watch her dance through the fields. Her two elder sisters, Anna and Elsie, watched her with eyes that should have been gentle, but instead burned with envy. Where Sisi was praised, they were overlooked. Where Sisi's ideas were celebrated, theirs were dismissed. And in the quiet corners of their home, a dark seed of jealousy began to take root. Their parents, humble farmers with hearts larger than the village square, loved their daughters dearly, yet, without realizing it, their affection for Sisi shone a spotlight on the distance that had grown between the sisters. Anna and Elsie whispered to each other in secret, plotting, scheming, imagining ways to reclaim the admiration that Sisi so effortlessly received. One sweltering afternoon, as the sun cast its golden fire over the village, the sisters walked together to the river to fetch water. Sisi sang softly, her voice rising above the chatter of the marketplace, and the villagers paused to listen, smiling at her song. Anna's jaw clenched. Elsie's hands trembled with silent rage. "Why must everyone love her more than us?" Anna muttered, her voice a harsh whisper. "It's not fair," Elsie replied, her eyes narrowing. "We could be the ones admired.
It's
We
not
could
far.
shine." And with
We could
that,
be
a
the
plan
ones
was born.
admired.
Not a plan to warn or correct, but a plan to destroy the very light that had made Sisi untouchable. It began subtly. Anna whispered lies to their mother, claiming that Sisi had disrespected the elders at the market. Elsie spread rumors among the neighbors that Sisi had stolen fruits from the village orchard. At first, Sisi's parents were troubled, but their hearts trusted their youngest too deeply. They defended her, brushing away the lies. But jealousy is patient, and Anna and Elsie were relentless. One evening, as the three sisters were left alone in the house, Anna approached Sisi with a forced smile.
Sisi,
She said softly.
I heard the river is dangerous at night. You should stay away.
Sisi tilted her head, trusting her sister's concern. "Thank you, Hannah. I'll be careful." But that night, Anna and Elsie followed her silently to the river. The water glistened under the moonlight, as calm and inviting as ever.
Is she looking?
They whispered to each
No,
other,
she's not.
hearts pounding with a mix of fear and anticipation. Tonight,
She's getting
she will see what jealousy can do, Elsie hissed. As Sisi leaned over to drink from the river, a sudden push sent her sprawling. She fell, splashing into the cold water. For a terrifying moment, she disappeared beneath the surface. But the river, as if protecting its beloved, guided her to the shore. Shivering, soaked and scared, Sisi ran home, unaware of the hands that had tried to betray her. The next day, the villagers noticed something extraordinary. Sisi returned to the market with a brighter smile, laughing in a way that made even the elders pause. Anna and Elsie seethed silently, realizing that their attempt had failed. The villagers whispered among themselves, "She's protected by more than her family's love. Something magical watches over Sisi." This only deepened the sisters' envy. If their jealousy had failed once, perhaps it would succeed again, and this time with more cunning. Anna and Elsie plotted for weeks. They knew Sisi loved the village children and often cared for the sick and elderly, so they devised a plan to disgrace her in front of the entire community. On the day of the annual harvest festival, Anna and Elsie slipped a potion into Sisi food. It was a harmless herb meant to cause embarrassment, they thought. A trick to make her stumble or appear foolish. But as Sisi ate, nothing happened. The villagers cheered as she helped the elderly carry baskets of yams and dance gracefully to the drum beats. Frustration boiled within Anna and Elsie. Their jealousy had become obsession. Why could they not destroy her, even with every scheme? And as they watched, Sisi's laughter carried over the crowd, a sound so pure that even the sisters felt a pang of admiration they hated themselves for. Late that night, Anna and Elsie argued bitterly in their shared room. "Why does she always win?" Anna cried, tears streaming down her face. "Every plan, every trick, we fail." "Because she's not like us," Elsie replied bitterly. "She's better. People love her for who she is." In that moment, something shifted. Their jealousy, so long nurtured, became fear. Fear of losing everything. Fear of being forgotten, while Sisi shone in the hearts of everyone. The next morning, the sisters awoke to find Sisi already gone. She had disappeared into the forest before sunrise, carrying only a small bundle of food. The villagers, worried, searched the paths and streams. Finally, they found her sitting beside the ancient baobab tree, singing softly to herself. "Why are you here alone?" one elder asked. Sisi smiled gently. "The forest speaks to me when the world is loud. I needed to hear it." Anna and Elsie watched from the shadows, hearts heavy with a strange mix of fear and longing. The forest was alive with whispers that only Sisi could understand. Birds circled overhead, leaves rustled with ancient voices, and the river nearby sang a protective song. As she wandered, Sisi reflected on her sister's envy, not with anger, but with sorrow. "They love me, yet they hate me," she murmured, "and I cannot hate them back." It was then that the forest taught her a secret. In her heart lay a light so strong that no jealousy, no envy could ever extinguish it. But with that light came a choice. She could respond with anger or with love. Sisi chose love. When she returned to the village, the sisters confronted her. "Sisi," Anna began, her voice trembling, We were wrong. We tried to hurt you because we were jealous." Sisi's eyes softened. "I know," she said, "and I forgive you. But you must learn that love is not a competition. There is enough for all of us." Tears filled their eyes as the weight of their actions sank in. For the first time, they saw not a perfect sister to destroy, but a human being who loved them despite everything. From that day forward, Anna and Elsie began to change. Slowly, they learned to celebrate Sisi's light instead of fearing it. They helped her tend the fields, cared for the children, and even learned to sing beside her at the river. The village noticed the transformation, and whispers of jealousy gave way to stories of redemption. And though the memory of darkness lingered, it no longer controlled them. Years later, the sisters, now women of wisdom and grace, would sit beneath the same baobab tree and tell their children the story of love, envy, and forgiveness. "Remember," Sisi would say, her eyes shining like the river at dawn, "never let jealousy take root in your heart. It can destroy what you love most, but love, true love, can heal even the deepest wounds." For more interesting videos, please like and subscribe.